Now here's a banana you don't see every day. Imagine a bunch of bananas, where each pair of fruits is fused together like two hands pressed in prayer. It's one of nature's quirkiest designs. Meet the praying hands banana. Today, we're going to look at what makes this variety so unique, how to grow it successfully, and of course, how to enjoy its one-of-a-kind flavor. Let's dig in. Sawazdee and welcome back to Thinglish Lifestyle. Here on the channel, we love growing unusual plants, discovering their stories, and turning them into something delicious. If you enjoy tropical gardening or simply love finding weird and wonderful fruits, make sure you hit subscribe and ring that bell. We've got more banana adventures coming soon. What are praying hands bananas? So, what exactly are praying hands bananas? Well, the name says it all. Instead of growing as single separate fingers, the fruits form in pairs, fused together side by side. When the whole bunch hangs from the plant, it looks like a cluster of clasped hands in prayer, and it really does stop people in their tracks when they see it. This variety is thought to have originated in the Philippines and is classed as part of the ABB subgroup of bananas, meaning it's a hybrid between Musa acuminata and Musa balbasiana. That gives it a good balance between sweetness and firmness, and also makes it quite a hardy plant. A mature praying hands banana plant usually grows between 12 and 16 feet tall, with large, lush leaves typical of tropical varieties. Each bunch produces fewer bananas than a Cavendish or ladyfinger, but they make up for it in sheer size and novelty. The fruit itself is long and thick, with a slightly chewy texture and a mild, creamy flavor. It's less sugary than some dessert bananas, with lovely vanilla and honey notes, and that marshmallow-like outer flesh that makes it such an interesting eating experience. Why grow praying hands bananas? So why bother growing this unusual variety? Firstly, it's an absolute showstopper in the garden. If you love tropical plants, this one is both ornamental and productive. You'll have visitors pointing at your banana clump saying, "What on earth is that?" Secondly, it's a strong grower. Because it's part of the ABB group, it tends to tolerate a wider range of conditions than pure dessert types. It's also quite resilient to pests and less fussy about soil. So it is a good addition if you already have Cavendish or ladyfingers and fancy something a bit different. And lastly, it's tasty. While it's not the sweetest banana out there, the flavor is lovely and mellow. You can eat it fresh or use it in cooking. It is actually great for grilling or frying because of its firm texture. It's a fun banana to experiment with in the kitchen. Climate, site, and soil. Like all bananas, praying hands love warmth and humidity. They thrive in tropical and subtropical climates and prefer full sun to partial shade. If you're planting one, choose a sunny, sheltered spot. The leaves are huge and tear easily in high winds, so protection from strong gusts really helps. They like rich, fertile, and well-drained soil. Think of them as hungry and thirsty plants. They love organic matter and consistent moisture, but they hate standing in water. So if your soil is heavy clay, mound it up or improve drainage before planting. A soil pH between 5.5 and 7 is ideal. Regular mulching helps a lot too. It keeps the roots cool, retains water, and slowly feeds the plant as the mulch breaks down. Planting and early care praying hands, bananas are usually propagated from suckers or pups that grow around the base of a mature plant. If you're starting with a pup, choose one that's about 1 meter tall, with a strong root system and firm pseudostem. When you plant it, dig a wide hole, about twice the width of the root ball, and mix plenty of compost or well-rotted manure into the backfill. Keep the plant upright and firm the soil gently around the base. Water it in well, then add a thick layer of mulch. Keep the mulch a few centimeters away from the stem so it doesn't cause rot. Bananas are heavy feeders, so give them a good meal every month or two. You can use organic fertilizer, compost tea, or a potassium-rich fruit tree feed. The key is steady feeding and consistent watering. If your area gets strong winds or tropical storms, stake or prop the plant while it's young. Once it's established, it'll be much sturdier. Growth and flowering. Once your banana is happy, it'll grow fast, producing big, broad leaves and new suckers around the base. Each pseudostem only fruits once, so after you harvest, that stem will die back naturally while the next generation takes over. When it's ready to flower, you'll see a long purple bud emerge from the center of the plant. The flowers open in stages, revealing rows of tiny bananas that develop into those signature fused pairs. It usually takes around 8 to 12 weeks from flowering to full-sized fruit, though that depends on temperature and moisture. While the bunch is developing, keep the plant well watered and keep an eye out for pests. Pests and problems. Praying hands bananas are relatively hardy, but they're not completely trouble-free. The main issues are fungal diseases like leaf spot, root rot in soggy soil, and the usual banana pests, weevils, aphids, or nematodes. You can prevent most of that with good drainage, clean garden hygiene, and plenty of airflow. Remove any dead leaves regularly. Don't let mulch pile up against the pseudostem, and avoid overwatering. A healthy plant in rich, airy soil is much less likely to get sick. Also, prune off excess suckers, keeping only 2 or 3 strong ones. 1 to fruit this season, 1 to follow next, and 1 in reserve. That helps the plant focus its energy and keeps your clump tidy. Harvest and ripening. Now for the good bit, harvesting. Praying hands bananas take a little patience. They're ready when the bunch is fully developed. The fingers are plump and rounded, and the skin is starting to turn from deep green to a lighter green or pale yellow. Because they're thick-skinned, they can be picked slightly underripe and ripened off the plant at room temperature. That also helps protect the tree from snapping under the bunch's weight. Once picked, hang the bunch in a shaded, airy place. They'll slowly turn yellow over the next week or 2. When ripe, the skin may look a bit wrinkly. Don't worry, that's normal, and the flesh inside will be soft and creamy. Handle them gently, though. Those fused fruits bruise easily when they start to ripen. Eating and cooking. So, how do they taste? The flavor is sweet, but not overpowering. A lovely mellow banana with subtle vanilla and honey notes. The outer flesh is soft, while the core stays slightly chewy, giving a nice contrast in texture. You can eat them fresh, straight from the peel, or slice them over yogurt or cereal. They're also brilliant for cooking. Try slicing and grilling them with a drizzle of honey and a sprinkle of cinnamon. Or slice and fry them lightly in butter for a tropical dessert. They work beautifully in banana bread, muffins, or pancakes. And because they're not overly sweet, they balance perfectly with other ingredients like coconut, nuts, or chocolate. If you like making smoothies, blend one with milk or coconut milk, a pinch of cinnamon, and a dash of vanilla. It's creamy, comforting, and absolutely delicious. Common questions. Let's tackle a few common questions. First, why do my bananas look smaller or fewer than expected? That's normal. This variety naturally produces fewer hands, but the fruits themselves are large and heavy. Second, why does the flesh seem a bit firm or bland? Most likely, they're not quite ripe yet. Wait until the peel starts to wrinkle slightly and the flesh softens. That's when the flavor really shines. And third, can you grow praying hands in a pot? You can when it's young, but for a full-sized fruiting plant, it's better in the ground where it has space to stretch its roots. Final thoughts. So there you have it, the praying hands banana. A striking, sculptural plant that produces one of the most unusual banana bunches you'll ever see. It's hardy, productive, and makes an amazing talking point in any tropical garden. And whether you eat them fresh, grilled, or baked, the taste is as delightful as the appearance. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Thinglish Lifestyle for more tropical fruit guides and growing tips. And I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever grown or tasted praying hands bananas? What did you think of them? Leave a comment below. We'll be reading them all. Until next time, happy gardening, happy eating, and live a life less ordinary.